peace to the gods and the earths. This build is not about comfort. It's about truth. It's about unwrapping the layers of myth and romanticism that have been wrapped around the Black church until it no longer resembles what it was born from. This is not a sentimental journey through stained glass windows and Sunday choirs. This is the supreme study of how the Black church rose from chains, suffering, silence, and rebellion. This is From the Plantation to the Pulpit, Slavery and the Origin of the Black Church. The Black church was born in bondage, not from seminaries or seminaries' approval, but from the blood-soaked soil of plantations, the whispered codes in hush harbors, and the rhythm of drums outlawed by law, but kept alive by spirit. It was not always about salvation. It was about survival, about passing down science through symbol and knowledge of self through song. They lied when they told you Christianity was brought to Africa by the slave master. In truth, Christianity reached Africa long before Europe ever knew the name Jesus. But it was in Africa where it stayed spiritual science, not submission. Then came the devil and flipped it. The colonizer didn't just chain your body. He rebranded your rituals, weaponized your wisdom, and told you God looked like him. But the original people are never without power, so we adapted. We hid African science beneath Christian language. We encoded resistance in spirituals. Wade in the water wasn't about baptism. It was about escape. Moses wasn't just a prophet. He was Harriet. He was Nat Turner. The hush harbor became the cipher, a place to plan, a place to pass knowledge, a place to breathe. Nat Turner didn't just read the Bible. He used the pulpit as a command center. When he said, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord," he wasn't preaching fear. He was preaching freedom. He turned scripture into strategy, parable into plan. The church for Turner was war room and sanctuary, all in one. And he wasn't alone. The Black church became the underground government of a people without statehood. It was the nerve center of the Underground Railroad, of the Reconstruction fight, and the spiritual resistance of our ancestors. The AME church wasn't just religious, it was Black self-rule, Black education, Black political movement. Church meant we don't beg devils for space, we build our own. From Montgomery to Memphis, from Selma to Birmingham, the civil rights movement ran on the fuel of the Black church. Dr. King, Fannie Lou Hamer, Fred Shuttlesworth. They didn't just preach, they mobilized. They turned sanctuary into strategy. The pulpit became platform for policy. But now we must ask, what happened? Where is the revolutionary spirit of Nat Turner? Where is the organizing fire of Dr. King? We see mega churches built like empires. Sermons focused on prosperity, not power. On personal salvation, not collective sovereignty. We see the silence grow louder every time another Black body drops in the street. And the preacher offers prayers, but no plan. Passion with no purpose. But all is not lost. The original function of the Black church is not dead. is just buried beneath comfort and commercialism. And Born Power calls it back to its roots. To be not just a house of prayer, but a fortress of power, a cipher of knowledge, a platform for building in the name of God, who is self. This book draws on the work of our ancestors and scholars, Albert J. Rabateau's Sterling Stuckey's, Vincent Harding's C. Eric Lincoln's W.E.B. Du Bois. All of it fused with supreme mathematics, the supreme alphabet, the 120 lessons, and the 12 jewels of Islam. This ain't just history. This is blueprint. We don't worship ghosts. We don't bow to mystery gods. We build in the name of the living God, the original man, the black man, God of the universe. The church must return to its purpose, to teach, to plan, to rise, to reclaim our divine heritage, to rebuild our nation, to defend our cipher. So if you want to understand the real science behind the songs, the sermons, and the struggle, if you want to decode the history hidden in plain sight, if you're ready to turn worship into wisdom, prayer into power, and tradition into transformation, this is your textbook. This is your blueprint. Master the knowledge. Apply the wisdom. Manifest the understanding. The cipher continues. Peace to the gods and the earths.